For 5 years, renters got the points while our mortgage earned us nothing. BILT 2.0 finally claims to fix all of that for homeowners. But is the new earning structure actually a trap? The new BILT 2.0 comes with 3 different card options, but they all offer the same opportunity to earn points on your mortgage. And that's really all I care about. My mortgage payment is $1,884 a month. That should translate to 22,600 BILT points a year from that alone. But BILT went and, well, they made it complicated. So let's decode this new math so we don't get shortchanged. While BILT will technically let you pay your mortgage through their platform without fees, there is a catch. If you do it for free, you earn 0 points. If you actually want to earn the points, you have to cover the transaction fee, which is 3%. BILT's solution to this is to introduce a second currency entirely. So now, we aren't just juggling points, we have BILT Points and we have BILT Cash. 2 completely different earning structures with 2 completely different redemption methods. I told you, complicated. There are a few ways to use BILT Cash, but the one I care about most is unlocking my mortgage points. Here's the formula. $30 of BILT Cash unlocks points on $1,000 of mortgage payments. Looking at my numbers, 3% of my $1,884 mortgage is roughly $57. That means I need to earn $57 of BILT Cash every single month just to buy my mortgage points. At least the earning structure for BILT Cash is simple. It might actually be the only simple thing about BILT 2.0. You earn 4% BILT Cash on all your non-housing transactions. Let's calculate my magic number. If I take the $57 of BILT Cash I need and divide by the 4% earning rate, I need to put roughly $1,425 of non-housing spend on this card every single month. If I was living by myself in an apartment, that might be a stretch, but for a family of 5, between groceries, gas, dining, and Amazon, honestly, we spend that without trying. So on the surface, this looks like a win. We move $1,400 of our normal budget onto a BILT card. It generates the BILT Cash and we unlock the points. But hold on. Before we sign up for the miracle of BILT 2.0, we have to ask the question that kills a lot of great credit card strategies. Opportunity cost. Every dollar that goes on the BILT card is a dollar not going on my heavy hitters. Groceries aren't going on a gold card. Gas isn't going on a custom cash. Everything we've done to optimize our spending is going out the window. So we're going to break out some more math, but before we do, all of this was just option 1. It seems even BILT realized that their system was overly complicated. So they came out with option 2. In option 2, you eliminate the BILT Cash headache. Instead, the points you earn on your mortgage are on a sliding scale based on your spending. It's a ladder. If I spend 25% of my mortgage amount on other things, I only earn half points, 0.5x. If I spend 50%, I earn 0.75x. If I spend 75%, I finally earn 1x. But if you spend 100% or more of your mortgage amount on non-housing spend, you now get 1.25x back.
Oh my.
So for me, if I put at least $1,884 of non-housing spend on their card, I maximize my earnings. Doesn't that make sense now? Well, actually it does, but only if your name is BILT. Let's look at the numbers again. To get that standard 1x back with simple option 2, I need to spend roughly $1,413. In complicated option 1, I need to spend $1,425, 12 bucks. All of that for a difference of 12 bucks, which leaves us with a very simple question. Why? Well, because BILT only cares about one thing, making you use their card. They tried to get you to use it in the original system by requiring 5 transactions, but that became a 5-banana joke. BILT will let you earn points on your mortgage, but only if you are racking up those interchange fees for them. Pick option 1, pick option 2. Either way, BILT wins. They get their fees, but do we win too? Before we run the final calculation to see if we win, if you appreciate seeing the real math behind these complex offers, and not just the marketing hype, do me a favor and subscribe. It helps the channel and it helps me keep doing this math so you don't have to. Okay, I dug into the spending report for our Chase accounts for the last 6 months. I didn't look at every card, only at the Freedom Unlimited and the Ink Unlimiteds, because that's my non-category spending. And on average, we spent $3,800 a month across those cards. But BILT leaves me with a Costco-shaped problem. Costco does not take Mastercard. If I factor that out, then my monthly spend drops to $2,700 a month. So that means I'll be giving up 4,000 Ultimate Reward points a month. In BILT 2.0, option 1, the one with the BILT Cash, I'd earn 2,700 BILT points and $108 of BILT Cash for my everyday spend. I'd put $57 worth of the BILT Cash towards points of my mortgage and get another 1,884 BILT points. Altogether, I'd earn 4,584 BILT points and have $51 of BILT Cash left. In BILT 2.0, option 2, the sliding scale, I'm spending above 100% of my mortgage, so I earn the max rate. That gives me a grand total of 5,055 BILT points every month. Somehow, despite all the complications and confusion around BILT 2.0, we would actually come out ahead. Barely. We'd earn an extra 500 to 1,000 BILT points a month. Maybe come out ahead 12,000 points a year. Basically, an extra free night at a Hyatt each year. But wait, that week barely ahead math is assuming you're earning BILT points at a 1x rate on the free card. What if we doubled the base rate? This leads us to the new BILT card lineup. Like I said at the top, there are now 3 BILT cards: the 0 annual fee blue card, the $95 Obsidian card, and the $495 Palladium card. The BILT blue card is straightforward. You earn 1x back in BILT points and 4% back in BILT Cash on every non-housing purchase you make. The BILT Obsidian card, at $95, has a couple of elevated categories. You get 2x back on travel, 3x back on restaurants or groceries, capped at $25,000 a year, and 1x back on everything else. Then we have the Palladium at $495. The Palladium earns that 4% back in BILT Cash, but gets 2x back on everything, which brings us back to the question, what if we double the base rate? Well, in option 1, doubling the non-housing points brings me to 7,284 BILT points every month. And option 2 raises us to 7,755 BILT points. And again, that's compared to 4,000 Ultimate Reward points we'd be switching away from. So the Palladium nets us at least an extra 3,200 points every month. That's an extra 38,000 points a year. And that sounds incredible, right? 38,000 points is enough for a one-way business class ticket to Europe if you play your cards right. But hold on again, because there's one number we forgot. $495. That is the annual fee for the Palladium card. Let's do the value calculation. If I value these BILT points at 2 cents a piece, those extra 38,000 points are worth about $760. Now subtract the annual fee. My net profit is $265. Compare this to the free blue card. I earn an extra 12,000 points a year. At 2 cents a piece, that's $240. Subtract that annual fee of nothing, and my net profit is $240. Do you see what just happened? After all that work, after upgrading to the fancy metal card, after paying $500, the net value between the free card and the expensive card is basically a wash. It's a difference of $25. And honestly, we should be done here. The advice should be, get whichever card makes you happy, swipe it, and enjoy the points. BILT gets their interchange fees, you get your points, everyone wins. Except, thanks to BILT's excessive complications, we aren't done. I'm putting about $2,700 a month on the card. Since the BILT card earns 4% in BILT Cash, that spend generates about $108 in BILT Cash every month. But remember, I only need $57 of BILT Cash to unlock my mortgage points. That means I have $50 of BILT Cash left over every single month. That is $600 a year of restricted credit trapped in the BILT app. I can't transfer it to Hyatt, I can't move it to United. BILT Cash is only good with BILT. And a lot of those options are crap. $5 a month towards BILT 15-minute delivery, a GoPuff Fam membership, a $700 Blade credit. Do you even know anyone who's used Blade? Ever? And don't forget about the $10 a month towards the BILT Design Collection. You can decorate your house like BILT executives decorate their offices. But there is at least one option I actually like. Here's the play. You can take $200 of your stranded BILT Cash and trade it in to buy a multiplier. Specifically, you earn an extra point on the next $5,000 you spend. So that 2x on the Palladium becomes 3x. You can do this up to 5 times a year. Based on my spend, I'll earn enough leftover BILT Cash to do this 3 times a year. So I'd earn 3x back on $15,000 of everyday spend. Let's conjure the numbers one last time. Spending $2,700 a month is roughly $32,400 a year. That splits to $15,000 earning 3x, and the remaining $17,400 earning 2x. That's 79,800 BILT points a year from spending. If we break that down monthly, it comes to 6,650 points a month. Add my mortgage points on top, so plus 1,884, and now, on average, we're looking at earning 8,500 BILT points a month and effectively using up all our stranded BILT Cash. We'd be 4,500 points ahead of our chase cards every month. That's an extra 54,000 points on the year. At 2 cents each, we'll reap a value of $1,080. Take away our $495 annual fee, and our net value is looking like $585. That is more than twice the value of the free blue card. So, mathematically, the expensive card wins. But why does it have to be so complicated? Why do I need a spreadsheet, a mortgage calculator, a spending plan, and a strategy for buying bonus multipliers just to pay my mortgage? If you enjoy the game, and I mean really enjoy the game, the Palladium card is a winner. Now, BILT is just one small part of a strategy. If you want to see the rest of our 2026 family plan, the part that doesn't require calculus, click this video right here. If you'll excuse me, I'm just going to pay my mortgage and go to sleep.